I've been having a little trouble uploading political videos to Facebook recently, so it was suggested that I do one about rainbows and unicorns instead. The first thing that most people think of when you mention rainbows is the Bible, of course. In Genesis chapter 9, God had previously destroyed the world with a flood because of the violence and wickedness of man. He gives Noah and his descendants a number of commands, and then signifies that the rainbow will remind man of God's promise to never again destroy the world through flooding. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. So the next time that you see some prideful people waving multicolored flags, remember the true story of the rainbow and how it came to be. Now, rainbows and unicorns are closely linked, because Noah took all the animals on the ark, including some baby unicorns. The Bible talks a lot about unicorns. They're mentioned no less than 9 times. They're often used to describe the strength of God, so this must be a very powerful creature indeed. Job, who is colourful in his depiction of majestic beasts like the Leviathan and Behemoth, describes unicorns as beasts who will not serve man. They cannot be tamed. But if you have a modern translation, you won't find any unicorns. It's all wild ox, which is supposed to be some kind of extinct Eurasian bison that now only survives as our modern domestic cattle. Not exactly untamable. So, what did the Westminster divines and their precursors have in mind for this fearsome unicorn? The Hebrew word ra'im does not provide too many clues. We can find some hints in the Septuagint, a Greek translation undertaken by 70 Jewish scholars 3 centuries before Christ, and the Vulgate, a Latin translation undertaken by Jerome in the late 4th century of our Lord. The Septuagint has monoceros, which is monoceros, and in the Latin has rhinoceros, which is rhinoceros. But wait, you say, doesn't a rhinoceros have 2 horns? Some of them do, but others have just the one, like the Indian rhinoceros, or scientifically, the Rhinoceros unicornis. Most species of rhinoceros are extinct, but many of them were very, very, very large. If you were going to describe the strength of God to man, a giant 5-ton unstoppable and untamable herbivore might do it. In 1763, John Gill published his exposition on the whole Bible. He usually takes unicorn to be a reference to either the monoceros or the rhinoceros. And in Psalm 22, he quotes, "According to Pliny, the monoceros, or unicorn, is the fiercest of wild beasts. In its body like a horse, it has the head of an hart and the head of an elephant, the tail of a bear, and makes a great bellowing. It has 1 black horn rising up in the middle of the forehead, of 2 cubits long. It is denied that it was ever taken alive." The Biblical and Theological Dictionary by Richard Watson in 1832 quotes a thorough defense of unicorns as rhinoceri. The original ra'im, by all the older translators rendered rhinoceros or unicorn, is by some modern writers supposed to be the baulus, bison or wild ox. There can be no doubt that the rhinoceros is the proper term, for this animal is universally known in Arabia by the name of ra'im to this present day. Here is one practical example where rhinoceros is the only animal to be understood. Deuteronomy 33 verse 17. "His glory is like the firstling of his bullock, and his horns are like the horns of unicorns. With them he shall push the people together to the ends of the earth. They are the 10,000s of Ephraim, and they are the thousands of Manasseh." With your new understanding of unicorns, you can now see it. The horns of the unicorn are a big one and a little one. The big one for Ephraim's 10,000s, and the small one for Manasseh's thousands. For over 2,000 years, the Hebrew word ra'im has been synonymous with unicorns and rhinoceri. The anti-unicorn lobby, assisted by modern translators, has spent the last 200 years throwing this understanding into darkness. So there you go. Unicorns are real.